Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to the very first episode of Infinite Warfare In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about reflections on the energy weapons. So we're going to be starting off with the Volk, and I just wanted to show you that there are a lot of reflections in this game. I initially thought that it would be rare or unusual, or that there wouldn't be very many, but it seems to reflect off of any surface regardless of impact angle. It'll bounce up, down, left, right back into your face, but of note, it does seem to be impossible for you to kill yourself with weapon reflections. However, it only bounces once. The Ram Servo attachment will cause them to bounce twice. You can see them bouncing twice here, whereas in the other little example, they were only bouncing once. We'll be testing the damage next as well, because I thought that would be a very, very important thing to test, but I also wanted to show you that the Ram Servo attachment could get a little bit crazy in close quarters combat, especially if you get something like the Type 2 and you bounce it anywhere. Anyway, this is the Volk. You can see that the Volk takes 3 shots to kill, which is pretty standard for like a heavy assault rifle. However, when I'm getting reflection shots, and I did set these up so I knew exactly where to shoot, it takes 8 shots, and that means that damage is reduced by approximately 65%. This pattern is repeated for most other weapons in the game as well. It seems to be about 60, 65, 70. It's hard to kind of nail down when I don't know the exact stats yet, and the angle of impact doesn't change the damage. It doesn't matter if it's directly in front of you or bouncing off at an angle. I also decided to test it out with the Ram Servo attachment to see if the Ram Servo changed the damage, but that didn't change the damage either. It's still an 8-shot kill. Last test of the day is a little bit more complicated one. I decided to put on the Ram Servo and see if it deals less damage on the second bounce, and surprisingly it did not. It's still a 65% damage reduction even on the second bounce. I was getting hit markers on the gentlemen behind me there who were kind enough to offer me their time to test this out. So thank you, Walk and Captain Produce. I appreciate it, guys. So now that we've got some facts out of the way about weapon reflections, let's swap over to some gameplay where I'm actually using an energy weapon, in this case the ERAD, and I'm using a variant. I think it refunds ammo if I'm not mistaken. But a couple of other fun facts is that yellow damage indicators mean that you have been hit by a reflection. You can give this one courtesy to Exclusive Ace. I actually learned that from his videos. But most of the time when you get shot in this Call of Duty game or any Call of Duty game, you'll see the damage indicators are red. However, when you've been hit by a yellow one, or you see yellow damage indicators, that means you've been hit by a reflection. Currently, there's no way to know if you've been killed by a reflection or lag. Oftentimes it's confused for lag, especially if somebody's running Ram Servo. But if you get a bunch of yellow hit indicators, those are reflections. I'm going to say because of the unpredictability of the reflections and the damage reduction, which can be quite extreme, it's probably easier to get wall bangs than it is to get reflection kills. I would not expect there to be a whole lot of reflection kills in this game. I would expect them to be relatively rare and fluky and almost always not worth your time to go for. I mean, wall banging people is pretty straightforward and easy when they're right on the other side of the wall, right? You know roughly where they're going to be. But here you're trying to do angles and trigonometry and math in your head, and you're very unlikely to hit and kill anybody. And when it comes to the Ram Servo attachment, the Ram Servo isn't really worth it for the reflection component of the attachment. Unknown about the other effects, it says it deals more damage to enemy equipment, and I'm not sure if that covers equipment or if it also covers kill streaks or anything else. I'm going to test that out in a different video. But if you're running the Ram Servo attachment just to kill people with reflections, almost never worth it. Well guys, that's all for this short in-depth video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. I don't even have an end title card yet, and I have no idea what the next episodes are going to be, but the end title card is coming, and of course more episodes are coming. Drifter out.